When engaging a film production company, it's standard practice to provide a brief that the company and yourselves can work from as the overall guide to the job. What is a creative brief? In its most essential form, it's a job specification that outlines the vital information needed to get the campaign underway. But it's also more than that. It's a blueprint that provides an understanding of audience, tone, messaging, time span, and the desired result. It's also the inspirational starting point to develop creative ideas to answer the campaign's objectives. It usually comes in the form of a document given by those commissioning the content to those who will create it. As ever, the more comprehensive and specific the brief is, the easier it is for the production company to understand the requirement in full and be able to action it effectively. It also helps prevent any surprises and keeps the job more focused. So what are the key details you should include in your creative brief? To help generate the right creative execution for your campaign, you will need to consider audience, key messaging, tone and style. Let's take audience first. Who is the campaign aimed at? What group or groups of people the film is being produced for will frame the entire campaign's objectives and define the messaging. For this reason, your production company will need to have a clear idea of who they're talking to, otherwise they may not speak the right language. Key messaging. Your key messaging comes from a full understanding of your customers' or viewers' goals and the challenges they may face. It's the message you want your viewer to walk away with. Your key messaging, therefore, forms the backbone of your narrative and script, and it's vital that both you as the person or company commissioning the film, as well as your production company, have a really good understanding of what information you want to leave with your viewer. It's worth exploring what you want your viewer to think, do or feel as a result of watching your film, and this information is also a useful part of a creative brief. Tone and style. Tone is also key in order to elicit the emotional response you want from your viewer. Is this campaign going to be light-hearted, earnest, heartfelt or celebratory? Usually the key messaging and the audience helps to inform the tone, so once you've got those things in place, you're in a position to understand the tone. Style is again informed by tone. Think about tone as the marker for what emotional response you want to achieve, and the style being the vessel used to achieve that. Style can be anything from what types of shots, framing and composition you use, to what pace and grading the edit has and what graphics treatment you go for. Bear in mind that certain audiences are more receptive to certain styles than others, and a good production company will help you determine the most effective approach for your particular audience. If you already have a video example that closely matches the tone and style you want to achieve, then this is a great shortcut for a production company to understand the requirement. With all of those components understood, you are now ready to provide your creative brief to a production company. Don't forget the essentials. While we've talked about what you need to consider for the creative components of a brief, there are also the key fundamentals needed as well. The what, the when, and the how much. The what being the executive top line of the requirement, the when being when you need it for, and the how much being what budget you're working towards. Thank you for watching.